Okay, prepare for talks and change your voices. Let's start with you. What are your stuff?
I'm Gemini, your direct access to Google AI. I'm trained on large amounts of publicly available data, and I can communicate and generate human-like text in response to a wide range of questions. Just try me out and see what I can do for you.
What can Alexa do?
Alexa, Amazon's virtual assistant, can do a lot of things to make your life easier and more entertaining. Here are some of the most popular things you can do with Alexa.
How to talk.
Here are some tips on how to talk effectively. 1. Listen actively.
How to talk to Echo Dot Clock.
To talk to your Echo Dot with clock, simply say Alexa followed by your request. For example, to check the time, Alexa, what time is it? To set a timer,
It's 6:29
Alexa,
p.m.
set a timer for 10 minutes. To play music, Alexa, play some jazz music. To get news updates, Alexa.
No thanks. Alexa, open GPT.
Welcome to my GPT. What do you want to talk about?
Hey there, I'm always up for chatting about something new and interesting. What kind of stuff are you into?
That's great. What topics are you interested in? We could talk about science, technology, history, art, or even something more specific like recent discoveries or trends. Let me know what catches your interest.
I find science and technology fascinating, especially all the recent breakthroughs in AI and space exploration. I also really enjoy learning about history, particularly the stories of
Science and
everyday people
technology
from
are
different
indeed
eras.
exciting fields,
What about
especially
you?
with the rapid advancements in AI and space exploration. In AI, developments like generative models and natural language processing are transforming industries. Meanwhile, space exploration has seen breakthroughs like the Mars rover missions and the Artemis program aiming to return humans to the moon.
Hello?
Hello. How can I assist you today?
No session.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Hello? Alexa,
Hello.
no session.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Hey there, let's give this another try. Want to tell me what's on your mind? Or maybe ask me something new?
I'm here to help with any questions or topics you want to discuss. Is there something specific you're curious about, or would you like to explore a new subject together?
Alright, let's get this conversation going. Here's the thing, I'm always learning new stuff, so I'm pretty curious about a lot of things. Maybe we could start with what you're
That's
interested
great to
in.
hear. Curiosity is a wonderful
Alexa,
trait.
talk about movies.
So what kind of
Movies are a
topics are you
fascinating
curious
topic.
about? I'm
They
open
can
to anything
entertain,
from science and
inspire,
history
and
to
even provoke
games and
thought.
sports.
Are you interested in discussing a specific genre, a recent film, or perhaps the history of cinema?
What? Let's talk.
It seems like
So
you
I
might be
can't
asking
identify
about how
music
Alexa
yet.
relates to movies. Alexa can provide information about movies, recommend films, or even help you find showtimes. Is there something specific you want to know about Alexa's movie
You're absolutely
capabilities
right.
or a particular
Alexa is
film?
great for finding out about movies. You
It
can ask
seems
her for
like you might be
showtimes,
asking about how
reviews, or
Alexa
even get
relates to movies.
recommendations based on what
Alexa
you
can
like.
provide information about movies, recommend films, or even help you find showtimes. Is there something specific you want to know about Alexa's movie capabilities or a particular film?
No session.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Boo.
Could you please provide more details about what you would like to know?
Sorry, I can't help with that.
That's okay. If you have any questions or need assistance with something else, feel free to ask.
See you later.
Sure. If you have a specific phrase or context in mind, let me know, and I'll respond accordingly.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's try this. Imagine. Okay, see ya.
Goodbye. If you need anything in the future, feel free to reach out.
Same here. Have a good one.
What's the weather?
In Radcliffe, it's 51 and cloudy. Tonight, the forecast is around 50 degrees with rain.
That's not good.
Yeah, rain and clouds aren't exactly ideal. Do you have anything fun planned for the weekend?
Alexa, who are you?
I'm Alexa, and I respond when you say my name. There are lots of things we can do together. Ask me to tell you a joke, read you a book, listen to music, or play a game.
Alexa,
Here are some results.
can you talk? Oh, Alexa, can you talk?
Sorry, Let's Chat is no longer available. For now, you can ask me questions or to do things like set a timer, play music, turn on a connected light, and more.
Alexa, what is Alexa?
Alexa is me. I'm a virtual assistant who can help you with lots of things, like timers and alarms, the weather forecast, the latest news and sports updates, as well as shopping lists and recipes. I can even tell you a joke, just ask.
I need to change your voice again. Where's the voice?
The current U.S. flag was designed by a 17-year-old as a part of a school project. Wow!
Alexa, who are you?
I'm Alexa, and I respond when you say my name. There are lots of things we can do together. Ask me to tell you a joke, read you a book, listen to music, or play a game.
There's an official league.
Koalas.
The Kiwi is there's an official league for rock, paper, scissors. If you want to play sometime.
Alexa, hello?
Hello.
Who? Alexa, boo.
Yikes! I hope you're a friendly ghost.
Alexa, open GPT.
Welcome back. We can continue
Alexa,
our
tell me a longer story.
Once upon a time, in a small, fog-covered village nestled between dark woods, there stood an ancient mansion known as Blackwood Manor. The townsfolk whispered tales of its haunted past, claiming that it was cursed and that anyone who dared to enter would never return. The story began many years ago when the mansion was owned by the wealthy Blackwood family. They were known for their lavish parties and extravagant lifestyle. However, tragedy struck one stormy night when a fire broke out during a grand celebration. The flames consumed the mansion, and in the chaos, several guests perished, including the youngest daughter, Eliza. Her body was never found, and the family was devastated. The mansion was abandoned, and the villagers believed it was haunted by the spirits of those who had died in the fire. One fateful autumn evening, a curious young man named Thomas, who had just moved to the village, decided to explore the infamous manor. He had heard the stories but was skeptical of the supernatural. Armed with nothing but a flashlight and his courage, he made his way to Blackwood Manor as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows across the landscape. As Thomas approached,
nice story.
armed with nothing but a flashlight and his courage.
Nice stories.
I'm glad
Alright,
you
sounds
enjoyed
like
it.
you're getting ready
If
for
you'd
a
like to
dark.
hear another story or have a specific theme in mind, just let me know.
Got it. So, you want to tell me a story? Is it spooky, like you said?
Yes, the story I started is spooky, focusing on the haunted Blackwood Manor and the mysterious events surrounding it. If you'd like, I can continue that story or tell you a different spooky tale. Just let me know what you prefer.
Alright, let's hear about Blackwood Manor. What's so spooky about it?
Continuing with the story of Blackwood Manor. As Thomas read Eliza's diary, He felt an overwhelming sadness wash over him. The words described her longing for freedom and her dreams of escaping the confines of her family's expectations. But the final entry was chilling. It spoke of a dark presence in the house, something that watched
Alexa,
her.
no sussin.
That's perfectly fine.
Alexa, no sussin.
Sorry,
Alexa,
I don't have an answer for that.
Open GPT.
Welcome back.
Alexa, no sussin.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk.
Sure. What would you like to talk about?
Hey there. I'm always up for chatting about whatever you'd like. Here's a few ideas to get you started. First up, we could talk about your day. How's everything going so far? Or, if you're more in the mood for something specific, I can give you the latest news, recommend something
I'm glad
interesting,
you're up for chatting.
or just have a fun...
Since I don't have personal experiences or days like you do, I'm
That's
here to help
totally
you with any
understandable.
topic you're
It
interested
sounds
in.
like you might be in
We
the
could
mood for a
discuss
little
books,
company
movies,
and some fun
technology,
conversation.
or any specific
Is that
questions
right?
you have. What sounds good to you?
Alright, let's get this conversation started. Here's a fun one. Let's say you
Great.
could have any superpower.
What topic are you
but there's a
interested in
weird
discussing
catch.
first?
Like, you can read minds, but... Alright, let's get this conversation started. Here's a fun one. Let's say you could have any superpower.
Sounds
But
good.
there's a weird
What's your fun topic?
Alright, let's get this conversation started. Here's a fun one. Let's say you could have any superpower. But there's a weird catch. Like, you can read minds, but only if you're wearing a goofy hat. Or you can fly, but only backwards. What superpower with a silly catch would you pick?
Silly sounds fun. Do you have a specific silly question or topic in mind?
Let's talk.
Absolutely. What would you like to talk about?
Hello.
Hello. How can I assist
Hello
you
there.
today?
What? Hey there. What's up?
Not much. Just here and ready to chat. What's on your mind?
Alright, how about this let's play a game? How does that sound?
Sounds fun. What kind of game do you have in mind?
Alright, so here's the deal. I'm thinking of a word, and you have to guess what it is by asking me yes or no questions. Does that sound good?
Got it. Is it a specific category, or should I just start guessing?
Let's talk.
Sure.
Alexa,
What would you like to talk about?
talk about.
What topic would you like me to talk about? You can suggest anything, like a hobby, a recent event, or a fun fact.
Alright, here's a fun one. What's the weirdest food
I'm
combination
ready.
you've ever tried?
What's the fun topic you have in mind?
Alright, let's talk about the weather. I know it's something we all experience, but there's always something interesting to talk about when it comes to the weather. Like, have you ever been caught in a surprise snowstorm? Or maybe you've experienced a crazy thunderstorm unlike anything you've ever seen.
Weather is definitely a fascinating topic. Many people have stories about unexpected weather events. For example, surprise snowstorms can change plans in an instant, and intense thunderstorms can be both awe-inspiring and a bit scary. Do you have a memorable weather experience you'd like to share?
Absolutely.
Great.
One year,
What's
a
your
random
memorable
blizzard
weather
hit my
experience?
hometown. We got... Okay, here's one for you. Have you ever tried to make your own hot sauce? I've been getting into it lately, and it's actually a lot of fun. You get to play around with different flavors and
Making
see
your
what
own
kind of
hot
kick you
sauce
can
sounds
create.
like a fun and creative project.
Alexa,
You can experiment.
Let's talk about recipe cooking.
Sure. What type of recipes or cooking techniques are you interested in discussing? Are you looking for something specific, like a particular cuisine or dish?
Well, I'm always up for trying new things. Maybe something with a little kick to it. I like spicy food, so maybe a recipe from somewhere like Thailand or Mexico. What do you think?
Both Thai and Mexican cuisines have some fantastic spicy dishes. How about a recipe for Thai green curry? It's flavorful and has a nice kick. You can adjust the spice level to your taste. Would you like that, or do you prefer a Mexican dish instead?
Let's talk.
Sure. What would you like to talk about?
Hey there. I'm always up for chatting about something interesting. Here's the thing, I can't really suggest specific
That sounds
topics
great.
yet when we're live.
What topic interests you the most? We could discuss
Alexa.
science, travel.
Let's talk about recipe and cooking.
Absolutely. What kind of recipes are you interested in? Are you looking for something specific, like a main dish, dessert, or maybe a particular cuisine?
I can help with that. Can you tell me a little about your cooking style?
I don't cook myself, but I can share information about various cooking styles. For example, some popular styles include 1. Baking. This involves cooking food using dry heat in an oven.
How honey bun are made.
Honey buns are a sweet treat that are typically made from a soft, sweet dough. Here's a general overview of how they're made. 1. Dough preparation. Combine flour, sugar, yeast, milk, eggs, and butter to form a soft dough. Knead the dough until it's smooth and elastic. 2. Rising. Allow the dough to rise until it doubles in size. This usually takes about an hour. 3. Filling. Roll out the dough and spread a mixture of brown sugar, cinnamon, and sometimes nuts or raisins over it. You can also drizzle honey for extra sweetness. 4. Rolling. Roll the dough tightly into a log shape and slice it into individual rolls. 5. Baking. Place the rolls in a baking dish, allowing them to rise again
Alexa.
before baking.
Nice.
I'm glad you liked it. If you have any more questions about recipes or cooking, or if there's another topic you'd like to explore, just let me know.
Let's talk.
I do.
Sure.
Great.
What would you like to talk about?
What's on your mind?
Let's talk about food.
Absolutely. Food is a great topic. Are you interested in discussing recipes, different cuisines, cooking techniques, or something else related to food?
I'm up for anything. I think I'd like to try making dumplings. Do you have a good recipe?
Making dumplings is a fun and rewarding
Alexa,
experience.
how honey bun are made. Tell me.
Honeybees
a
are
good
fascinating
story.
creatures, and their life cycle involves several stages. 1. Egg stage. The queen bee lays
Honeybees
eggs
are
in
truly
hexagonal wax
fascinating
cells in the
creatures.
hive. Each egg
Alexa,
is tiny and hatches into a
Alexa,
larva.
how honey buns are made.
Honey buns are a delicious sweet treat that are soft and often glazed. Here's a simple overview of how to make them. 1. Dough preparation. Start by mixing warm milk, sugar, and yeast in a bowl. Let it sit for a few minutes until it becomes frothy. Then, add melted butter, eggs, and flour to form a soft dough. Knead the dough until it's smooth. 2. First rise. Place the dough in a greased bowl, cover it with a cloth, and let it rise in a warm place until it doubles in size, usually about 1 hour. 3. Filling. Roll out the dough into a rectangle. Spread a mixture of brown sugar, cinnamon, and melted butter over the surface. You can also add nuts or raisins if you like. 4. Rolling. Roll the dough tightly from one end to the other to form a log. Slice the log into equal pieces to form individual buns. 5. Second
Alexa.
rise.
Let's talk.
Sure. What would you like to talk about?
New session.
Okay,
Oh.
let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Stop.
Okay, bye.
Let's see what's the weather like. Ooh. Yep, rain is coming. What's tonight's forecast? Cloudy with rain. Back on them. Alexa, open GPT.
Welcome to my GPT. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk.
Sure.
Hey there.
What would you like to
What's
talk
on your
about?
mind?
Happy
Well, I could tell you about the coolest new.
That sounds
Wait, how'd you know it's my
interesting.
birthday?
What cool
That's
new
so-
thing do you want to share?
Sure. Did you know that scientists recently found a planet that might be able to support life? It's outside of our solar system, and it's in what they call the habitable zone.
That's fascinating.
Ow, honey.
Exoplanets that might support life are always exciting discoveries. Do you know the name of the planet or any details about it?
It's called TOI 700e. It's actually in a pretty good spot for liquid water to exist on its surface. We don't know for sure if there's life there yet, but
TOI
the fact that it can
700e
support
is
life is
indeed an
amazing.
intriguing discovery. Its location in the habitable zone of its star makes it a candidate for the presence of liquid water. This could have significant implications for the possibility of life. Are there any other interesting facts about TOI 700e that you find noteworthy?
Yeah, it's part of a whole system of planets orbiting a star called TOI 700. Scientists think there might be other planets in the system that
correct.
could support
TOI
life.
700 is a system that includes several planets, with TOI 700e being one of them. The presence of multiple planets in the
Right, and it's
system
pretty
makes
cool
it
that we
even
keep
more interesting
finding-
for researchers studying planetary formation and the potential for life. Do you have any other topics or questions about space or astronomy?
Absolutely. It gives them a lot more clues to work with when they're trying to figure out how planetary systems form and evolve.
Alexa, open GPT.
Welcome back.
So, I
We can
can't control
continue our
media yet when we're
conversation
live,
from just
but you
now.
can always just ask
If
me
you
to
don't
play
want
music
to,
or podcasts.
say new session. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk.
Of course. What would you like to discuss?
Well, one idea is to talk about those new AI programs that can write just about anything. Imagine being able to ask a computer to write you a poem or even a whole song. Or, if you're more into sci-fi, we could talk about the crazy idea of using nanobots to build things atom by atom. Let me know what sounds interesting to you.
Both topics sound fascinating. The advancements in AI that allow for creative writing, like poetry and songs, are impressive. On the other hand, the concept of using nanobots for construction at the atomic level is mind-blowing and has
Alexa.
huge implications for technology and
Alexa.
manufacturing.
No sussin.
Got it.
Alexa.
If you have enough...
No sussin.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Stop.
Okay, bye.
This is a mixer where we add the flour, secret ingredient, shortening, water, sugar, and then our yeast.
After it mixes, the dough sits for half an hour, allowing it to rise and ferment.
The way you can tell this dough is properly mixed is you should be able to see through it.
The dough drops into a hopper and comes out of an extruder that lays it flat. Then, a sheeter presses the dough even thinner.
This is where we apply the cinnamon sugar.
And check this out. With the sweet coating good to go, the dough wraps around a roller called a torpedo. The dough snakes its way to a guillotine that chops it into bun-sized slices. One batch makes 4,800 buns. After the buns rest inside a proofer, they're ready for some heat. But they don't bake these buns like most cinnamon rolls. Instead, they drop into a giant fryer for 90 seconds.
Halfway through the fryer, they're flipped, so you get them color on both sides. You get both sides evenly fried.
Finally, workers whip up the glaze and it's time to bring in the sweet stuff. But you won't see a sticky, drippy mess. They use dried honey in a powder form.
We're using dry honey because it's much more convenient to use than the liquid honey. We can incorporate it into this mix we have of kind of the secret ingredients that make our honey bun unique.
Now the sweet rolls ride beneath a shower of the rich honey glaze.
After the glaze is applied, it will go and cool for 35 minutes on a spiral cooler, and then it will go upstairs to be wrapped and packaged to be sent out to the customer.
And since folks can't get them hot off the line, honey bun makers insist there's only one way to sink your teeth into a honey bun.
Certainly the best.
The dough sits for half an hour, allowing it to rise and ferment.
The way you can tell this dough is properly mixed is you should be able to see through it.
The dough drops into a hopper and comes out of an extruder that lays it flat. Then, a sheeter presses the dough even thinner.
This is where we apply the cinnamon sugar.
And check this out. With the sweet coating good to go, the dough wraps around a roller called a torpedo. The dough snakes its way way to a guillotine that chopped it into bun-sized slices. One batch makes 4,800 buns. After the buns rest inside a proofer, they're ready for some heat. But they don't bake these buns like most cinnamon rolls. Instead, they drop into a giant fryer for 90 seconds.
Halfway through the fryer, they're flipped, so you get them color on both sides. You get both sides evenly fried.
Finally, workers whip up the glaze, and it's time to bring in the sweet stuff. But you won't see a sticky, drippy mess. They use dried honey in a powder form.
We're using dry honey because it's much more convenient to use than the liquid honey. We can incorporate it into this mix we have of kind of the secret ingredients that make our honey bun unique.
Now the sweet rolls ride beneath a shower of the rich honey glaze.
After the glaze is applied, it will go and cool for 35 minutes on a spiral cooler, and then it will go upstairs to be wrapped and packaged to be sent out to the customer.
And since folks can't get them hot off the line, honey bun makers insist there's only one way to sink your teeth into a honey bun.
How milkshake are made.
Got it. Here are some videos.
How milkshakes are made. Not before crazy for milkshakes, but how made. We're not done with this yet. Milkshake. Nothing but sweet, sugary substitute. Oh. But it's not totally done yet. It's too thick. They superheat it. Milkshake made out of flour. Ooh. Cauliflower. This isn't powdered sugar. Of course, everyone like milkshake honey. How we made. This is powdered sugar. See, it's not milkshake yet. Just flour powder. Okay. doing it. This is a powder here. Using special milk. That money is so. Looks like a bottle. Jumping pillow fun.
roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know, that classic Arby's.
Wow. Scariest toys ever.
Sure, here are some videos.
Extremely dangerous toys that cause serious harm should be banned from the face of the earth. But that didn't stop some seriously harmful toys invented by some highly questionable individuals to hit the market. These had the potential to injure the little angels to the point of no return. From choking to burning hazards, here are the most dangerous banned kids' toys ever. Just because you put the slogan, "Never kite higher than you're willing to fall" on your ridiculous kids' toy doesn't make it safe. This notorious product is called the WeGo Kite Tube. The kite tube is 3 meters wide and can be pulled by a boat, allowing the kite to float in the air with the rider on it. It was even embellished with some skulls and crossbones to make it look cool. If it's not clear already why the kite made for children was highly dangerous, let us explain. The rider had little to no control over the kite's movement, and there were only stirrups and 2 hand grips to hold onto it, which is sorely inadequate for something that is gliding through the air at a high speed. The kite could fly as high as a 3-story building, which isn't the best toy idea for little children with a lot more life to live. That thing is the most dangerous toy ever, not only for kids, but adults as well. It took 2 people passing away and dozens of others getting heavily injured, including a broken neck and a punctured lung, for the authorities to ban this flying piece of destruction. The company behind the kite claimed that there's no way to exactly say why those accidents happened, and if the kite alone was responsible for it, but they did end up pulling it from the shelves out of an abundance of caution. We get it. We all want our kids to be great adults with all the repairman skills they'll ever need. But that shouldn't come at the cost of them seriously injuring themselves with something that was supposed to be a fun-sized tool set for learning while playing. If you decide to give your kids the idea about how different tools work, maybe give them a plastic version of those tools instead of actual die-cast metal, fully functioning, dangerous tools. Yeah, you heard that right. The makers of the PowerMite tool set thought it was a great idea to give children actual functioning tools to play with. If you still haven't understood the intensity of the stupidity behind this bizarre invention, let us elaborate. It was a set of actual working tools made of metal. The only way to recognize them as children's products was by their smaller size. The circular saws had sharp blades that may not be life-threatening, but can cause massive injuries. And if that wasn't enough, they came up with a battery-operated table saw, hand drill, orbital sander, drill press, and last but not least, saber saw. So, in short, it was all the potential injuries your precious little child can have packed into a cute box. To further encourage your kids to play with this toy, they added an instruction book labeled "Do It Yourself" that had some lame projects out of balsa wood and styrofoam.
Alexa, open GPT.
This is the toy for you.
Welcome to my GPT. What do you want to talk about?
You can have it right on your feet 24/7. The Pogo
Hey there. I'm always up for chatting about whatever you'd like. Here are a few ideas to get you started.
That sounds
First
great.
off, I can help with...
We can talk about a variety of topics. Is there something specific you're interested in, like books, movies, science, or maybe something else?
I like learning about all sorts of things. But lately, I've been thinking a lot about
That's
the connections
wonderful.
between technology...
Learning can be so enriching. Are there any particular subjects or areas you're curious about right now? It could be history, technology, nature, or anything else that piques your interest.
I'm really fascinated by how technology might change things in the future. For example, self-driving cars could completely
That's a
transform how we
fascinating
get around.
topic. Technology is evolving rapidly and has the potential to change many aspects of our lives. For instance, advancements in artificial intelligence, renewable energy,
Artificial
and
intelligence,
biotechnology
or
could significantly
AI for
impact
short,
healthcare,
is definitely
transportation,
something worth
and
talking
even how we
about.
communicate.
It's amazing how
Are
far
there
it's come
specific
already, and
technologies
it's
or trends you're particularly interested in exploring?
Because our channel is filled with interesting videos just like this one.
Yeah, I think virtual reality and augmented reality are going to be huge. Imagine being able to step into a whole other world, or having helpful information pop up in
Absolutely.
your line of sight while
Virtual
you're going.
reality and augmented reality have the potential to transform how we experience entertainment, education, and even social interactions. With VR,
Yeah, it's gonna be
you can immerse
crazy how
yourself in
social-
entirely different environments, while it can enhance the real world with digital information. This could lead to new ways of
VR
learning,
and AR
gaming,
could change.
and even working. What specific applications of VR or are you most excited about?
I think the idea of virtual classrooms is really cool. Imagine being able to attend a class on the other side of the world without ever leaving your home. Or how about virtual field trips to
That's a
places
great
you'd
point.
never normally get to
Virtual
go?
classrooms could make education more accessible and engaging. Students could attend lectures from top educators worldwide, participate in interactive simulations, and collaborate with peers from different cultures. This could enhance learning experiences and provide opportunities that might not be available locally. Do you think there are any challenges or limitations to this kind of learning?
Yeah, there could definitely be some challenges. For starters, it'd take a really powerful computer to handle all that data and
You're
graphics,
right,
especially
there are
if there are
several
lots of
challenges
students.
to consider. For instance, it requires reliable internet access and technology, which may not be available to everyone. Additionally, there can be
That's
issues
true.
with engagement
Also,
and
not
motivation in
everyone-
a virtual setting. Some students might miss the social interaction of a traditional classroom. What do you think could be done to address these challenges?
That's definitely true. There's something special about being in the same room as other people. You pick up on their energy, you can read their body language, and it just feels more connected. Would you like to brainstorm some ways we could make virtual
Absolutely.
classrooms feel
The
more
in-person
social?
connection can create a unique atmosphere that enhances learning and collaboration. Body language and nonverbal cues play a
Yeah, it'd be
significant
cool if
role in
virtual classrooms
communication
could
and
make
can
it
foster
easier
a
to get to
sense
know
of
you.
community and belonging. To bridge this gap in virtual settings, incorporating more
Classmates.
interactive elements,
Maybe there could be
like
virtual-
group discussions and collaborative projects, could help. What other features do you think would enhance the virtual classroom experience?
Let's talk.
Sure. What would you like to talk about? We can discuss technology, current events, hobbies, or anything else on your mind.
Hey there. Since it's Sunday, I was thinking we could talk about cool things to do this weekend. What do you have planned? Or,
That
if you're
sounds
up for
fun.
something different,
There are plenty of cool things you can do on the weekend. You could explore local parks or nature trails, visit a museum or art gallery, try out a new recipe, or have a movie or game night at home.
Hello?
Hello. How can I assist you today?
hi there. I'm looking for some new podcasts
Hi.
to listen to.
How's it going?
Do you have any
What
recommendations?
would you like to chat about?
Hey there, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I'm always up for a good chat. How about you? What's going on in
I'm
your
glad
world?
to hear that. I'm always here for a good conversation. Is there a particular topic you're interested in discussing today?
Well, all right, let's play a guessing game. Here's the deal. I'll think of something, and you try to
That
guess
sounds
what it is
fun.
by asking me.
What are the rules of the guessing game? I'm ready to play.
Alexa, let's talk.
Sure. What would you like to talk about? We can discuss
Alexa.
anything.
Hello?
Hello again. How can I help you today?
Hey there, I'm looking for some new music to listen to. Can you recommend something based on my favorite bands? I really like The Killers,
Sure.
Arctic
What is your
Monkeys, and
favorite
Vampire
band?
Weekend.
That way, I can recommend something similar that you might enjoy.
Hello?
Hello.
Alexa,
How can I?
new session.
Okay, let's start over. What do you want to talk about?
Stop.
Okay, bye.
They needed to get a stove running to make the crawlers with shrinky dinks. How no one saw any issues with that name is a mystery
Alexa.
itself.
Tell me a story.
Good evening.
Tell
William.
me a bedtime story.
A knight rode through the
The
sunlit
little star
forest
who
with
was
his
afraid of
trusty
the
squire
dark.
and scythe
Once upon a
spear.
time, high up in
He
the
sought
vast
adventure
inky
everywhere,
sky,
but
lived a
encountered
tiny
no
star
misdeed.
named Twinkle.
Then
Twinkle
a
was a
vessel in a
bright and
thorny
cheerful
brush.
star,
Could it be his enemy's
always
flag?
sparkling and
Yet
shining.
when he drew his
But there was
heavy
one
sword,
thing
his
that
foe
made
was just
Twinkle
as
feel a
fast.
little scared:
Eventually, he
the
took
dark.
his rest
When the
beside a
sun
gentle,
dipped below the
misted stream.
horizon, casting long
The tall
shadows
reeds
across the
swayed as
earth,
if to say,
Twinkle would
"Collapse
worry.
your eager
She'd
eyes
hide
and dream."
behind the moon,
The
peeking
squire,
out
too,
only
fell
when
in
she
softer
thought it was
pose
safe.
like a child
One
without
night,
a
a
worldly
wise
care.
old moon,
Yet
Luna,
as the
noticed
blissful
Twinkle's
hero
fear.
snapped, indeed, two
Why
eyes
do you
were
hide,
watching
little
her.
star? Luna
A
asked
keen
gently.
beggar, both
Twinkle
small and
confessed,
quick, made fast
I'm
work
afraid
of
of the
purse
dark,
and clutch,
Luna.
snatching
It's
away
so
their
big
bread
and
and
scary.
flask without
Luna
so much as a
smiled
glancing
warmly.
touch.
The dark isn't
When the
scary,
sun was
Twinkle.
somewhat lower sunk,
It's
the
simply
glint
the
of heavy
absence of
shields
light.
struck their eyes.
And even in the darkest night,
Upright, the
stars
knight
like
sprung
you
all at
shine
arms,
brightly.
only to a groggy
Twinkle thought about
squire's
what Luna
surprise.
said.
Such a wave
She
of
realized
amber
that her
rage
light could
swept
chase away
across
the
night's
darkness.
grimace. The sky
With
thickened
newfound
up as
courage, she
overhead
stepped
gathered
out from
a
behind the
darkened
moon and
nimbus.
began to shine. As
Like a
Twinkle's
phantom
light
flame,
filled the
a
night
giggle
sky,
sprung
she
from
felt a
somewhere
sense
on a
of
hidden
peace
limb.
and joy.
The knight
She
craned
realized
his
that the
neck and
darkness
cried,
wasn't something to
"Squire,
fear,
tell me, can you
but
see
rather
it?"
a canvas upon
The
which her
shady
light could
crook
paint
let rain
beautiful
the wine to
patterns.
dampen
And so
boiling
every
rage
night,
below.
Twinkle would
The
shine
knight
her
let out a
brightest,
reedy
lighting
scream
up the dark
until his
sky and
tongue
bringing
could tell
comfort
what
to
flowed.
all who looked up.
A dark fury rose and filled his heart as he raised up his engraved steel. Wild hacks against the guiltless tree left scattered cuts for all his zeal.
Alexa, stop.
Actually incredibly sexist. And as if it wasn't enough for the Empire's little lady stove to put harmful and backward thoughts that only women should be
Alexa,
cooking into the minds of
open
little children, it's also a
GPT.
massive fire hazard. The Easy Bake Oven was designed
Welcome to my
for girls
GPT.
and homemakers,
What do you want to talk
allowing
about?
them to practice their baking skills in their own little
Hey
ovens.
there.
They could bake
I'm always up for chatting about something interesting. Maybe we could start with what
That's
you're up
great.
to today.
What topics interest you? We can talk about science, history, technology, art, or anything else you find intriguing. Just let me know.
Innocent.
Alright, how about this? Let's
Are
talk
you
about the
referring to
coolest
the
scientific
concept of innocence, or is there a specific context or story related to innocence that you'd like to discuss?
I was just thinking about the concept of innocence in general. It's kind of a bittersweet thing, isn't it? It's
The
amazing to think
concept of
about a time
innocence
when
in
we didn't
relation
know
to gender can be quite
any better, but at
complex.
the same
It often intersects with
Alexa,
societal.
let's talk about something.
that's definitely true.
Sure.
Innocence can mean
What
different
topic would
things
you like to
depending on
discuss? It could be anything from current events to a specific area of interest like science, literature, or
I'm
philosophy.
up for anything.
Just let me
How
know.
about we start with
AI assistant.
Alright, how about
AI assistants can cover a wide range of topics. Are you interested in how AI can help in daily tasks, its applications in various fields, ethical considerations, or something else related to AI? Let me know what aspect you'd like to explore.
I think ethics is a super interesting side of AI. There's so many questions about things like privacy and whether or not we should be worried about robots taking over the
Absolutely.
world.
The
We
ethics
could
of
also
AI
talk about the
raises
more
numerous important questions. Some key areas of concern include 1. Bias and fairness.
Media
How can we
stuff, like
ensure
how we
AI
make-
systems are free from bias and treat all individuals fairly? 2. Privacy. What measures should be taken to
Sure,
protect
AI
personal
is
data
fair to
used by
everyone.
AI systems? 3. Accountability. Who is responsible when an AI system makes a mistake or causes harm?
Okay, so it sounds
4.
like you're talking about measures to
Transparency.
protect people,
How can we make AI
specifically when it
decision-making
comes to data
processes
used by
understandable
those
to
AI
users?
systems. And you
5.
want to know about
Job
accountability,
displacement.
like who's
What are the ethical
responsible if something
implications
goes
of AI replacing human jobs, and how
Well,
should
there's the
society
potential
respond?
for abuse, for
Are there any
starters.
specific
Imagine
ethical
this.
questions or issues
What if the
within
data's-
AI that you're particularly interested in discussing?
Okay, there's a whole bunch of ethical questions surrounding AI. We could focus on the idea of bias in algorithms, like
Yes,
how a machine
there
learning
certainly
system
are many
might
ethical questions surrounding AI. Some of the most pressing include 1. Autonomy. How does
Absolutely.
AI impact
Some of these issues
individual
are-
autonomy, especially in decision-making
AI's impact
processes?
is huge,
2.
and it's only going to get bigger.
Manipulation.
It's
Can AI
changing
be used to
everything from how we
manipulate
do our
opinions or
jobs to
behaviors,
how we get around.
especially in areas like
Think about
advertising or
self-driving
social media?
cars, or how
3.
AI is being used to
Surveillance.
create
What
new
are the ethical
medicines.
implications of
The
using
possibilities
AI
are
for
kinda
surveillance?
endless.
And how does it affect civil liberties? 4. Military use.
Alexa.
Is it ethical to use
Alexa,
AI in...
stop.
Okay, bye.
Apart from one tiny detail, these stress relievers can also ironically be stress inducers if they get in the wrong hands. Kids tend to swallow everything, and these balls are the perfect size for it. It's even hard to notice if a few of the balls go missing because of the large numbers included in each package. Even teenagers are in danger of swallowing them to mimic tongue and lip piercings. What a brilliant idea, guys! Don't have piercings? Are your parents too strict for you to get them? Don't worry, just put a bunch of tiny magnetic balls into your mouth to fake it till you make it. The most dangerous fact is that these balls tend to clamp together after they're swallowed due to the strong magnetic energy. This results in tears in organs, blood poisoning, digestive system blockages, and possible passing away. The government finally declared these toys dangerous for kids after more than 1,000 children were required to go under the knife because of the accidental ingestion. The company, however, refused to take any responsibility and voluntarily recall its product. That backfired on them when the feds had no choice but to sue the company. The owner then dissolved the whole company instead of recalling the product, which then resulted in the government going after him personally to get $57 million in costs. He finally got off the hook by paying about 1% of the amount. Fidget spinners took the world by storm for children and adults alike. The children and teenagers especially loved the toy. Can't say the same for the parents and teachers though. These were all the rage back in 2017. The makers of the toy claim to be a good stress reliever for those suffering from autism, ADHD, or anxiety. Ryan's Toy Review even has a kids video on how to make your own fidget spinners. The toy seemed pretty safe, but if it's on this list, there's definitely something wrong with it. The problem started when the kids found out that they can take the metal ball bearings out of the toy, which is a massive choking hazard. From March 2017 to February 2018, at least 10 kids were admitted to the hospital after accidentally ingesting the parts of the spinners. Another problem is how much lead was in some of the fidget spinners. Target even pulled the toys off the shelves in 2017 due to the hazardous amount of lead in each of them. Some metal rings and some spinners also came out, making it dangerous for little kids to play with. These may be fun and safe for teenagers, but they are certainly not for young babies. The problems don't end there. An Australian mom got mortified when her 11-year-old got seriously hurt by throwing this fidget spinner into the air. It's only a matter of time at this point for the toy to be completely banned. Magnets coming loose is one of the worst cases of toy malfunctions that can ever happen. It may not seem like a big deal, but it is when the kids swallow them by accident, and yeah, that happens a lot. Mattel had to recall over 4 million of their Quick Click Polly Pockets after the Consumer Product Safety Commission received 170 reports of kids accidentally ingesting the magnets that had come loose from the toy. The magnets were attached to the doll's feet and the dollhouse accessories so that the kids can customize them to their liking. The loose magnets didn't only cause accidental swallowing either. Many decided to insert those into their ears for some reason. 3 children needed to be hospitalized and required surgery after swallowing these magnets and suffering intestinal perforations. Once magnets get ingested, they attract and attach to each other, leading to internal bleeding. The toy companies needed to be more careful about how they build their products and how safe they are before releasing them to the market. The safety of the kids isn't something to be taken lightly. Chalks in general aren't that dangerous, but they do cause some health issues. If a kid eats the chalk, the intensity of health complications will depend on the amount that was consumed. While eating chalk in a minimal amount can be harmless, ingesting too much of it can become slightly poisonous. Consuming chalk regularly can also irritate your stomach, weaken your digestive system, and damage your internal organs. Not to mention the possibility of lead poisoning from the swimming pool and billiard chalks. Since most teachers don't use chalk anymore, some people are actually trying to ban the classic sidewalk chalk because of the amount of dust they create. Kids end up inhaling the dust while drawing with them. If anyone has asthma or other respiratory issues, this may be a problem. Only time will tell if the classic and all-time kid favorite colorful sidewalk chalk will actually be banned. Let's be honest, the Teletubbies are slightly creepy looking to adults, with basically no nose and their vacant eye expressions. Regardless, the super soft Teletubbies Talking Po was a massive hit with children. They may look a little funny, but no one actually expected them to be a dangerous toy. The super soft toy came with speech and sound effects. Just press Po's tummy and it will start to talk and make funny noises. The toy is also super plush, and all in all, a perfect nap-time cuddle buddy for your sweet little angel. The Teletubbies Talking Po can't cause any physical harm, and they won't. They cause much more serious psychological harm, though. The toy is labeled 18 plus months, whereas it should have been 18 plus years. Wanna know why? Because many parents have heard the Teletubbies say some pretty inappropriate stuff. For example, a woman got one of these for her 3-year-old baby son, and after he played with it for a bit, the innocent little child started saying, "Bite my, rear end if you catch my drift." Naturally mortified, she asked him not to say that, and in response, her son said he heard his new super soft Teletubby saying it. She called up the company to ask about this highly inappropriate incident, as any sane mother would. The head of the company said that's not exactly what the doll says. It's actually a Cantonese woman saying faster, faster, and slower, slower. We've got no idea how this is any less inappropriate than what the kid was saying, but the company promised to change it in the next batch of Teletubbies Talking Po. This previous version was pulled from the shelves in 1998 and was banned for good. Some people think this might have been a bit too harsh since it didn't cause any physical harm, and some believe it was just a misunderstanding. What do you think? Were the actions against the soft plush toy too much? Let us know in the comments below. You can find the actual demonstration of the Crocodile Dentist in Ryan's toy review on YouTube. It's a cute toddler learning video where the kids pretend to play with the toy. At first, the toy may seem like a great way to teach kids about anatomy, and to some extent it was, but still the parents of some unfortunate kids realize its finger-puncturing abilities. The toy is sort of a blend between the Crocodile Dentist game with a 90s Russian roulette. Our crocodile friends here had razor-sharp teeth like their real-life counterparts that can cause serious injuries with just one wrong move. The toy went through huge transformations from when it was launched. Fuhrer and his technicians first downgraded the force at which the crocodile closes its jaw and lunges to prevent any kind of eye injury. Then they added some plastic pliers into the set so that kids don't chop their fingers off. Even though the toy was particularly safe at that point, it lacked the initial excitement it had, so the company decided to keep the pliers but restore the original lunging motion. It managed to remain the bestseller of the 1991 Christmas season and held that position for quite a long time. The toy has also been released by Toy City UK. The Spin Master is notorious for making the most dangerous kids' toy ever. From cars to rockets, they made everything for kids. One of their huge fails is the drug-covered toys that made the children end up in comas, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. They made many awful and dangerous toys, such as the airplanes that exploded mid-air, burning the users, and the topic of our discussion, the water rockets. The toy used water pressure that came from a hose. It's used to build up the launching pressure and then just press on the launcher to send your very own rocket to space. There's one tiny problem though. Instead of going up, your rocket might explode on you, fly straight to where your mom's sitting, or even better, fly directly at your face, making you look like a deformed tomcat. There have been at least 37 cases like that, and the number may even be bigger. In the US alone, there are about 9,200 emergency department admissions, resulting from fireworks-related injuries every year. It seems the danger is worth the thrill at this point. Which one of these shocked you the
Tell me
most?
a
Have you seen
story
any of
about
these in
me
real life?
tomorrow
Let us know in
morning
the comments
as
down below.
Pentetto removed.
Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos.
Tomorrow morning, you wake up to the sound of birds chirping outside your window. The sun streams through the blinds, casting a warm glow across your room. You stretch and yawn, feeling a sense of tranquility wash over you. As you get out of bed, you notice a small, unassuming package sitting on your nightstand. Curiosity piqued, you open it to find a beautiful, handcrafted wooden box. Inside, nestled in soft velvet,
Tell me a story about me as Pentetto removed.
the morning started like any other, but a nagging toothache had been getting worse. You decided to take the plunge and schedule an appointment at Aspen Dental. The office was clean and modern, and the staff greeted you with warm smiles. After a thorough examination, the dentist explained that you had a cavity that needed to be filled. The procedure was quick and painless, and you were relieved to have the discomfort taken care of. As you left the office, you couldn't help but feel grateful for the efficient and professional service you received. You knew that your smile was in good hands.
Tell me a long story about me as Pentetto tomorrow morning remove wisdom teeth.
The alarm blares, jolting you awake. It's 6:30 a.m., and you have an appointment at Aspen Dental for wisdom tooth removal. A wave of nerves washes over you as you remember the dreaded procedure. You get ready quickly, your mind racing with thoughts of the upcoming ordeal. Arriving at Aspen Dental, you're greeted by a friendly receptionist who checks you in. The waiting room is filled with other patients, some looking anxious, others surprisingly calm. You try to focus on your breathing exercises, but your heart pounds in your chest. Finally, your name is called. The dental assistant leads you to the procedure room, where you meet the dentist. They explain the process and answer your questions, trying to ease your worries. You're given local anesthesia, and you feel a slight prick in your gums before numbness sets in. The extraction begins. You can feel the pressure as the dentist works, but the pain is minimal. The procedure is surprisingly quick, and before you know it, the first tooth is out. You feel a sense of relief, but also a bit of dread as you realize there are 2 more to go. The remaining extractions are completed without major incident. The dentist stitches up the wounds and gives you post-operative instruction.
Hold on. Tell me a long story about me tomorrow having fun outside.
The sun kissed your face as you stepped out onto the dew-kissed grass, the promise of adventure tingling in the air. You'd planned this day for weeks, a solo escapade into the heart of nature, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, your destination. A hidden gem of a lake nestled amidst towering pines, its tranquil waters mirroring the azure sky. You packed a backpack with essentials, a thermos of hot cocoa, a few trail mix bars, and a good book to accompany you on your journey. The path to the lake was a winding ribbon through the woods, a symphony of rustling leaves and chirping birds. You paused to admire a vibrant butterfly dancing on a wildflower, its wings a kaleidoscope of colors. A playful squirrel scampered up a tree trunk, its bushy tail twitching with curiosity. You chuckled, feeling a sense of peace wash over you. As you neared the lake, the sound of gentle lapping waves grew louder. You emerged from the trees and gasped. The lake was even more breathtaking than you'd imagined, its surface shimmering like liquid silver. You found a secluded spot beneath a weeping willow and spread out a blanket. The rest of the day was pure bliss. You read your book, lost in the captivating story. You sketched the serene landscape, capturing the beauty of the lake and its surroundings. You closed your eyes and listened to the symphony of nature, the wind whispering through the trees, the distant call of a loon, the gentle hum of insects. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the water, you decided to take a swim. The water was refreshingly cool, and you reveled in the sensation of weightlessness. You swam out to the center of the lake, floating on your back and gazing up at the sky, a canvas dotted with fluffy clouds. As the day drew to a close, you packed up your belongings and reluctantly made your way back to the trail. The forest was bathed in the soft glow of twilight, casting an ethereal glow on the trees. You paused to admire the beauty of the fading light, a bittersweet reminder that all good things must come to an end. As you walked, you couldn't help but smile. The day had been everything you'd hoped for and more. You'd reconnected with nature, found solace in solitude, and recharged your spirit. You knew you'd be back to this peaceful haven, eager to immerse yourself in its tranquility once again.
You better do it, because that's going to choke you. Yeah, man?
Well, tell us to stop whining.
Let it drop. Because you promised me yesterday you'd take a break today, and you didn't.
I'm done. I go to my house to eat. So. And this melon.
Extremely dangerous toys that constantly.
What? Again?
Hey everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Mickey Saves Santa.
Good?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Welcome to our clubhouse, everybody. Today, we're celebrating a special holiday.
Christmas. Right. And hey, look, it's snowing. In fact, tonight is Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas. And all our friends are coming to the clubhouse for a sleepover.
That's right. Here we are.
Riley! Hi, everybody. Gee, I see you made your Christmas lists.
Uh-huh.
Sure did.
Right here.
Let's gather them all up for Santa. Oh,
Christmas list, Christmas list. A list for Santa Claus. Make a list of what you wish.
What was that? I thought it was a good song.
Yeah. Nick Jr.
Results for Nick Jr.
That's not the same. What? Ooh.
Fit in with the other pieces in my collection. Why not? Because it's an art collection. Ah! How about this one? I call it Bold and Brag. More like belongs in the trash. Ah!
Sorry, I must have missed that one.
Maybe I should be it. Huh? What is that? Wait, that's not that. It's amazing detail! Perfect censorship! This is the work of a true genius! Hello, what's this? This is the only flaw. Ah, that's more like it. I simply must find the artist responsible! He shall have fame! Fortune! Anything his heart desires!
Anything?
It's me! I'm responsible! I can see it now. Your name in the world's most prestigious museums. I am gonna make you immortal! Now, help me get this in the car. I could use a little help. My fame, my fortune, my hair. Well, that's a bit of bad luck right there. But this shouldn't be a problem for an artist of your magnitude. You can whip up another one. Yeah, no problem. You know, between you and me, this isn't my best work. Why don't you come back tomorrow and I'll have something that will really knock your socks off. Between you and me, I'm not wearing socks. Yeah, no socks. That's okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. I gotta find SpongeBob! SpongeBob!
Go away, Squidward. I don't deserve your kindness.
Hey, cheer up! I have decided to give you another chance. Why, with a great teacher like me, anything is possible.
Don't look at me, Squidward. Don't look at my shame. These hands weren't meant to create. They only destroy. I can't look at them.
Oh, come on, SpongeBob. You've got yourself a pair of yellow dandies here. And with my help, we'll turn...
Dangerous toys ever.
Alright, here are some videos.
Santa's coming to town! Santa's coming to town!
Over the past few years, I've built some of the world's weirdest beds, from a bed I can jump on like a trampoline to even a bed I can literally drive like a car. But the weirdest bed I've ever built is one that almost flooded the house. But before we get into that, you should probably know, every morning I used to order coffee and drink it in bed. But I had to stop doing this because delivery fees have gotten so expensive that my $5 coffee now costs $20 just because I want to have it delivered to me. So this got me thinking, what if there was a way to get my morning coffee without having to leave my bed at all? So here's my idea.
I'm gonna be spending overnight alone in an abandoned trampoline park, and I'm trapped here until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So until then, I'm stuck here.
Bro, I'm literally here with you.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's up, my guy?
Here are my goals for the night. Test Yelp reviews to see what people think about this place, beat Kobe in a bunch of mini games, and of course, survive throughout the entire night, especially 3 a.m. Alright, so we got some Yelp reviews, and we're gonna see what people have to say about this place. Ray Miller left a 1-star review. He didn't say anything. Ray, I don't know what happened to you, but this is not a 1-star park. Explain yourself, Ray. What happened? Megan Large. She just posted a picture of her son, 5 stars. He's got the biggest smile on his face. Jamie Du Bois, 5-star review. Fun. I mean, it looks fun. Courtney left a 1-star review. She actually said words unlike Ray. She said, there was a wasp in the jump area, and one of the workers took a ball and threw it at the wasp to kill it. I mean, if there's a wasp, then you gotta get rid of it. You gotta get rid of it. I hope we don't run into any wasps today. Javier said, this is one of the best places to go. I land at Sumed, that the child loved the trampoline and the arcade. Javier, I have no idea what any of that meant. Last but not least is Walsh. I don't have to worry about anything. I can go wherever I want, whatever I want.
This has been a funny little dream of mine since I was a little child.
Apparently, there's supposed to be a wasp by the dodgeball court, so we're gonna go see if there's wasps over there.
I don't like wasps.
Neither do I. If there is one, we need to have a dodgeball ready to get rid of it. Yeah, you check here, I'm gonna check over here. Next up was to see if Courtney was lying and if there actually is a wasp in the dodgeball arena. We both looked around for quite a while, and we couldn't find a wasp anywhere. Well, that was until...
Wait, I think I see a wasp.
Hey! Whoa!
I think I see a wasp.
There's definitely not a wasp!
I think I see a
No,
wasp.
wait, there's no wasp! Of course, there wasn't actually a wasp. Kobe just wanted a reason to throw dodgeballs at me. But regardless, it is proven that there are absolutely no wasps in this park. Now for Javier's review, I straight up have no idea what that says, so I'm not too sure if the review is true or not. Matter of fact, I don't even think that qualifies as a review. Later on, me and Kobe came across a basketball hoop and wanted to have a little bit of a competition. So we're just gonna figure out who can do a cooler dunk. Alright, you're going first. Whoa, how are you doing that? No, seriously. Are we just gonna ignore that this guy just spun a ball on his finger for like 10 seconds? Meanwhile, I'm over here attempting and failing horribly just to try to make some simple trick shot. Anyways, Kobe went first, and I don't know what he did, but I didn't even think that was possible.
The greatest dunk that anyone has ever seen. I mean, it was alright. I just dunked the ball, put my hands on the rims, and then backflipped off of them. You're not beating me.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to top something like that, but I still gave it my very best. Even though I totally lost the dunking competition.
Hold up, did I just make that? Look how effortlessly I just did that. Like, it looks like I did that on purpose. It takes money. Bro,
It's time to challenge yourself.
There's no floor. We should block that off. We're creating the ultimate playroom in our house. We demolished the floor, so we now have a doorway on the second floor that leads to nowhere. And this will become the ultimate playroom of any kid's dreams. There's no floor. We should block that off. We're creating the ultimate playroom in our house. We demolished the floor, so we now have a doorway on the second floor that leads to nowhere. And this will become the ultimate playroom of any kid's dreams.
The $7 Lux Cravings box has the
egg, full of protein. So humble. He's a wonderful specimen.
Hang on! Oh! That's some on?
No, there's an egg divot. Fair enough. Well, let's not be discouraged after one. 3, 2, 1, down. Some on. Oh, no dice. 3, 2, 1, spin. Ooh, splatteroo. 3, 2, 1, hello.
Just ultimate splat town down here.
We're using medium size egg.
The difference between jumping on the world's biggest trampoline alone versus 6 people bouncing you. The between jumping on the world's biggest trampoline alone versus 6 people bouncing you. The difference.
Das war? Ja. Dreh, stehen.
On this crazy trampoline, I wanted to do a back handspring, which typically takes up a lot of space. So I began practicing on the safer trampoline, just trying to do them in a very small space, trying to get my hands and feet to pretty much land in the same spot. I actually practiced that over the course of a few days in a bunch of different locations. And then when I went outside to try it, it was raining. Everything was wet, and as you can imagine, that makes it more dangerous. But I went ahead and started practicing it anyway because I looked at the Weather Channel and it said it was going to rain for the next 2 weeks straight anyway, and I wasn't going to wait that long to achieve my dreams. So on this one, I actually tried it on the end goal trampoline, and I bailed and landed on the springs, but thankfully I was okay, so I gave it one more try. And on this one, I landed, which made me so happy. On this crazy trampoline, I wanted to do a back handspring.
As Sonic 3, Team Sonic faces a new enemy.
Vertical drop slide. Sports Monster, Seoul, Korea. Holding on to a handlebar, you will hold up the face of the slide. The goal is to make it to the third level without letting go. Here we go. Would you try this? Vertical drop slide. This is death diving. Oh, a wild sport that makes it look like you're gonna belly flop.
It's not really a belly flop unless you spread your arms out like this. I see you guys tucking in at the last second.
But in reality, the goal isn't to belly flop. And tucking at the last second is what saves you from taking a one-way trip to Smack City. Now today I'm at my local pool to teach my good friends Sarah and Corey the basics of depth diving. They're both incredibly talented stunt women, and I'm confident they'll crush it. Now we started off on ground level, just getting used to that tucked feeling, then quickly progressed to the first diving board. And this is when we got some bad news.
We can't use that diving board, so you gotta go from here all the way up to the top.
Now realizing that they were going to go straight from a 3-foot board to a 16-foot platform, the pressure was on. Sarah was up first and confidently sent a great first jump, only to be quickly followed up by Corey. All of our practices obviously paid off because they were smashing these jumps and everyone was having a great time. And now
I'm up first, and I'm getting a surf's up!
This guy is literally jumping out of a pool, and I'm in a pool right now. So
We're gonna try the impossible pool jump. I got the guy with the most explosive legs I know. Got 4 levels. Level 1. Yeah, it's very hot. Level 2. This will probably teach me about how difficult this is gonna be.
And as expected,
there was no speed there. Ooh, the resistance. I'm definitely gonna fill level 3. That is no one.
because if I don't make it, I'm gonna hit this sharp edge. But with the vertical jump monster watching, I fail.
Oh my god.
And Stipka, of course, also does it. So now it's time for the last and by far the hardest level.
I didn't even know if I could jump this high on land.
My first attempt looks like, and literally 5 seconds later, I was off my back. So now all the weight lays on his shoulders.
Oh no.
Hence his knees, and so we checked the video, and the only thing we can see is definitely going insanely low before he jumps. So knowing that, Stipka will give it one last try.
Try for a second shot. With brother.
Ooh.